And we're live. What up, YouTube? Shout out to everybody that might tune in. You know, it's been a while. Haven't been able to do the podcast for a minute. I've been distracted. If you can forgive me for that. But we are back and we are coming to you live. So today, you know, I just wanted to touch on this Diddy situation. This shit is crazy. A whole lot of stuff flying out there. This is all coming from the trial. So, you know, I don't really dig into rumors and gossip and whatnot, but it's just too interesting. So, you know, let's get into it. But before that, shout out to RHU, shout out to Elix Solutions, shout out to Decor's Own Oil. They love you and you feel it. You know, those are the homies and the sponsors that are actually supporting me, and I appreciate it. Salute. I know I've been gone for a minute, but like I said, a little distracted. That's all. But before any of that, we get into that. Let's go ahead and check out these Diddy rumors, or not even rumors, but this Diddy trial. Let's get into this. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? I was just going through videos here and there.
It is gearing up to be another big week in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. Testimony set to resume tomorrow, with another one of Combs' former assistants taking the stand. Last week concluded with rapper Kid Cudi, who testified about his brief relationship with Cassie Ventura. Kid Cudi said he was concerned for her safety as
That's crazy. Looks like a drawing. My bad.
well as his own. He described the time when he says a jealous Combs broke into his home, locked his dog in a bathroom, and opened his Christmas gifts. The jury also saw photos of Kid Cudi's charred Porsche. Cudi testified he knew Combs had something to do with that damage. Joining me now, defense and trial attorney Misty Maris and former U.S. prosecutor Sarah Chrysos. Sarah and Misty, thank you so much for being here on Memorial Day, no doubt, when you could be doing a lot of other things. I'm going to start with you, Sarah. When we saw this testimony from Kid Cudi, how impactful and important was it for the words that came out of his mouth in the stand, but also they've had the whole weekend to sit with it?
Yeah, so the prosecution is trying to build the racketeering case, particularly through Kid Cudi, and hopefully from their viewpoint with witnesses to come. So I think that's been the area where there's been the least amount of testimony so far, but they're going to build that block by block and trying to, you know, convince the jury there was some sort of enterprise and all of these people that were around Combs trying to cover up the crimes that were committed in furtherance of that enterprise.
Misty, as far as how the defense is handling some of this explosive testimony from Kid Cudi, who was very strong on the stand, according to our reporters who are in there watching this every single day, how is the defense handling itself so far?
Well, first of all, explosive is the perfect word, because the main point of that testimony from the prosecution's perspective was the Molotov cocktail that Kid Cudi says it was Combs and his affiliates, his associates, who blew up his car. And that
So he blown up, well, he didn't blow up the car, obviously. He just burned it. But so he's setting people's cars on fire. He opened Christmas gifts, bruh. Let's see what this one talks about.
Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trial is dominating headlines right now, and we have been covering everything going on inside and outside the federal courthouse right here on Sidebar. And with a high-profile defendant often comes high-profile witnesses, victims, celebrities. We have dug into the transcripts from the first several days of Combs' trial. Talk about this, I want to bring in SiriusXM host Mina Sawat-Lona. So good to see you, Mina. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really, really appreciate it. You know, we've talked about this trial on the Long Crime Lunchtime live show before. It is such a wild case, but what is your reaction to what has happened so far, and especially the testimony of alleged victim number one, Cassie?
Just shock. I think we're all in shock. Everybody knew about the Diddy parties and the after party, but we didn't know about the after party.
Decrease lines and wrinkles, boost hydration, help with
A lot of artists, a lot of A-listers and celebrities, but a lot of them, from, you know, what I suspect, were not a part of these freak offs. They might have maybe been aware of them or heard.
She took the stand. She testified, and she testified about the big name artists that Cassie was able to work with thanks to Combs. So the transcript of her testimony reads, was your understanding that many times...
Hold on. So there's this side discussion, is Cassie innocent? I don't know. I would say no. I mean, she did stay with the dude for a minute. And obviously, she was with him because she was trying to further her career in the entertainment field, right? So there's that. And as you can see, yeah, she got to work with big celebrity artists and whatnot. What's wrong, Kat?
These were artists that were further along in their musical career than Miss Ventura was along in her musical career to kind of help her, whatever she was working on. Yes. And one of them was someone named Kid Cudi. I didn't know that they were working together. I think you said Lil Wayne. I didn't say that. You didn't? No. Sorry. Do you know if that's true, that she worked with Lil Wayne? Not that I can. That's fine. Do you remember any other artists that Miss Ventura did work with? Yes. French Montana, Fabulous, Too Short. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, but she did a mixtape that had features on every song. Do you remember the name of the mixtape? Rockabye Baby. Now, Mina, that is huge for Cassie's career. Again, this idea of influence and control, you're hearing from Dawn Richard.
Right. And it establishes that power that you need. And he did that right from the beginning. This is what I can offer you. This is what I can give you. I can put you in the room with X, Y, and Z. I can put you in these parties. You just have to be a part of what we're doing here. And that's how someone establishes their power and their influence over someone. A lot of the commentary on social media is like, well, why would she do this? And, why didn't she walk away? Well, she was introduced into a lifestyle at 19 years old, right? You don't even know how to make money at 19, and saw that these were the only options for her to continue, participating in this lifestyle. And then she just, got wrapped up in it. And when you look up, now she's drug addicted, as she mentioned. She's doing things that she's not consenting to, that she doesn't agree with, and she feels trapped. And it's a shame, because you become trapped by being allured by these things, the financial part of it, the power, and now you're in, and now you don't know how to get out.
That's it. That's how it go. I ain't gonna blast her, but at some point, I think she did know that what was going on was wrong, but she's probably, thinking, I'll go along with it for a certain amount of time till I get to where I want to be, and then I'm out. Probably could have happened, but definitely being influenced at 19 at a young age, man, that's critical. But, I just wanted to touch base on this. Oh man, I started laughing. I was coughing. I just had smoke. So, yeah, it's critical. I wanted to touch base on the Diddy thing, and just a real quick video. But I'll get back into the rhythm of posting. I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every Tuesday and Thursday we'll post. Probably more than that as the mood strikes. But I appreciate anybody that's tuned in, that's watched the video. Hit the sub button. Hit the like. Help us get that word out. There's a lot of topics that we're going to get into. There's a lot of deep stuff. There's guests that'll show up, ranging from business all the way to mental health services, things of that nature, We all need help these days, whether you're trying to start a business or what have you. We'll run the gamut of a whole lot of topics to talk about, anything under the sun. And those of you that know me personally know that I'm really into the scary videos and the ghost hunting thing. So that's going to pop up as well. So hopefully everybody has time to get on. We all plan things, but life's sometimes. So we'll see. But again, I appreciate y'all. Stay up, stay dangerous. Until next time.